Welcome to Barefoot in America. My name is Kathy Kessler, and I'm here at Canyon de Chelly in Chinle, Arizona, bringing you a Yin restorative practice for spinal twist and hip openers today. We have been out exploring this area, and we took some pictures. Carl has a new lens, and he was able to zoom into the sliding house. So stay tuned at the end of the practice for the slideshow, and you'll see some amazing photos of this area of Arizona. For now, I invite you to sit nice and tall on your mat. If you like what you're seeing here, please subscribe, like, comment on the YouTube channel, and help support us in creating more of these practices. Settling into easy cross-legged posture, I invite you to sit on a couple blankets or a block if that helps you get a little bit of rise. And we'll be using the 2 blankets later in the practice for a supported pigeon. Bring your thumb to your index finger or middle finger, creating a mudra with your hands. Sit nice and tall, finding your best seated posture in this moment. Open your mind, open your heart. Feel the temple of your body as we explore the practice of yoga today. And connect with the essence that fills you. Connect with your breath, sensing the inhale, expanding you, and sensing your exhale, softening, releasing from you. Continue to breathe slow and steady throughout the practice. The pranayama, breathing in the vital life force energy. And exhaling with ease. Bring your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, a gentle bow of the head, taking the time to set an intention for your practice. Cultivate that intention with mindful awareness. What brought you to the mat today? What's your goal? What's the mindset you are cultivating that you want to take from the mat into the world today? Setting an intention is always a new start, present in this very moment. And as that intention unfolds into your awareness, seal it with 3 deep breaths. Release your hands. We're going to take a twist. Your choice. You could start an easy cross-legged. You could take your right leg over a bent left leg, or you could take your right leg over a straight left leg. Settle into the shape that works best for you. I'll be doing the full expression of half Lord of the Fishes. And settle into your sits bones, sitting on those blankets or block. Take a moment to lift your left arm to the sky, lengthening your spine, and now twisting to your right. Right fingertips behind you. Feel the sits bones root. Feel the spiral of the twist from your navel up your spine, through the crown of your head, gazing over right shoulder. There's really multiple choices here as to how you configure your arms. If the hips are tight, I start it with my hand just holding my knee, hugging my knee towards me, creating this lever to twist. If the flexibility is there for you, drop the elbow to the outside of the thigh, lengthen the spine and twist, using the elbow as a lever to help support you. And some of you may have a bind in your practice. If you do, you can take it. If you don't and you want to play with it, use a strap, just threading it underneath the thigh. The right hand's going to come around the back to hold the strap. Left hand holds the front of the strap. And eventually your hands will keep getting closer and closer, and maybe you'll interlace your fingers underneath you. Take whichever variation of the shape feels best to you as we hold it for just a couple more minutes. Slow, steady breath. And just feel the subtle nuances of the shape. Where there's stretching, where there's compressing. Connecting with yourself and knowing when it's time to ease up and back off. And noticing when your body, the fascia, starts to melt and you can just take that edge a little bit deeper into the twist. This is a time to nurture your body, compassionately finding the shape and allowing the shape of the posture be the medicine for the physical body. And creating the space for you to tune inward, connecting with your essence. Connecting to the oneness of the whole experience. Gently release the twist, recoiling back to center. We're simply going to switch the configuration of the legs. So if you're staying in easy Sukhasana, left leg in front. Taking half Lord of the Fishes, left leg crosses over right, right knee could stay bent, or you could extend it out in front of you. As you settle in, feel your sits bones root to the blanket or the earth or the block. Lengthen your spine, float your right arm up to the sky. With a lengthened spine, now twist to your left, hugging the left knee, left hand finds the earth or a block behind you, gazing out over your left shoulder. Root through both sits bones and feel the spiral from the navel, up the spine, through the crown of the head as you gaze out over left shoulder. And then making the posture yours. If you're fairly new or if the hips are fairly tight, hugging the knee is a great place to start. If the flexibility's there, hooking the elbow to the outside of the thigh. And if you have the bind in your practice, taking it. And if you want to play with the bind, taking the strap underneath the knee, holding right hand in front of the knee, left hand wrapping around behind your body to grab the strap. You're settling in with slow, steady breath. And feel the shape of your body. What stretches, what compresses, how the pranayama breath flows in and out of your body. Every inhale expanding you, lengthening you. Every exhale softening, releasing, surrendering. Sensing your mind-body-spirit connection. Maybe you're starting to feel the fascia open. You come into it a little more gently, feeling the most minute shifts. The subtle nuances of the shape. Maybe realigning your spine, stacking your head over your shoulders, feeling where you've drifted. Honoring your edges. Seeing the potential within yourself. And meeting yourself right where you are at your edge today. Last deep breath. Let yourself recoil back to center. Come on over to all fours. We're going to use the stacked blankets for a supported pigeon if you like. If pigeon's not in your practice, you're welcome to lie down on your back and do reverse pigeon if you're familiar with it. But 2 stacked blankets, yoga blankets, folded up is a great prop. So we're going to bring our right leg in front of the blankets. Left leg stays back behind you. And just settle here for a moment in the Cobra variation of pigeon. Feel the support of the blankets. Lift your heart. For some of you, this may be plenty. If it is, stay right here. If you want to take it a notch further, center your right hand, reach back to grab your left foot. A variation of King Pigeon. If that's enough, stay right there. If you want more, lift your right arm to the sky. Just a couple deep breaths here. Just playing a little bit before we go into the full pigeon. And lower the right arm, lower the left leg, find the Cobra in pigeon. Take a moment here to really lengthen your spine. Settle in, leveling your pelvis, and start to hinge forward into full pigeon. I like to use stacked fist under my forehead. A block is a great tool as well. Settle in, feeling yourself melting into the stretch of pigeon, and using that blanket for a little support today. Continue to melt into the shape, making little adjustments along the way, maintaining as much length in your spine as you can. Feeling the deep stretch in the right hip, buttock, maybe the outer thigh. If you're on your back, your right ankle is crossed to your left thigh, pulling left knee to chest. Flexing the right ankle, finding the deep stretch in the right hip rotators, the glutes. Finding the edge where you simply feel a stretch. Avoid any pain in the joints. If the knee is speaking to you, back off a little bit till it feels comfortable. The tug in the tissue should be in the soft tissue between the joints. You remain with the breath. That helps you soften into the shape. The inhale helps you expand and lengthen. The exhale is there for melting, surrendering. Just another minute here. Giving the fascia time to change. It takes a minimum of 3 minutes for the fascia to start to shift with the piezoelectric effect in mechanotransduction. Taking that solidified fascia and allowing it to melt and soften and become that crystalline fluid coursing through our web. And if you ever want to stay in these shapes longer than I hold them in these 20-minute practices, just hit pause. If it feels good, stay with it and let it feel good a little longer. Sometimes the right or the left is tighter than the other, and you want to spend a little more time with one versus the other. It's common in my home practice. I just do one side as I have a lot more tension in my left hip and lateral thigh, the iliotibial band, so I give it more time and attention. And to come out of it, just press through your hands, lift yourself up, sweep the left leg around and over, and you can sweep the right leg around and behind you. Get settled on the blankets, starting this Cobra variation, just settling into what feels right, the edge of your stretch. If that's plenty, stay. If you want more, center left hand, reach back, grab the right foot, ankle. Settle in the quad, hip flexor stretch. And if you still want more, float left arm to the sky, a modified version of King Pigeon. And as you're ready, release the left hand down. Release the right leg down. Find that Cobra in your pigeon and simply inhale, lengthen your spine and start to melt forward into a fold. Using a block under your forehead or maybe stacked fist. Doing your best to level your pelvis with the support of the blanket. Lengthening your spine. And if you're on your back in reverse pigeon, the left ankle crosses to the right knee and you pull your right knee to the chest. Flexing the left ankle if you're on your back. In full pigeon, we don't worry about that ankle being flexed because of the knee and hip is in a weight-bearing position. Just melt into the edges of your shape. Feel the subtle nuances. Every time as you inhale, really feel the spine lengthening, the elongation. And every time you exhale, say to yourself, I let go. Notice the subtle nuances, how you start to melt, shift, coming to a new barrier. Notice if it becomes too intense and if you're bracing, and if so, back off. And if you can keep melting and softening into the shape, just let yourself melt with a long, beautiful spine, with full breath. Last deep breath here. Shift your weight to your left hip. Sweep the right leg around and over. Take your blankets. Simply set them behind your spine and go ahead and lie down on your back for Savasana. I'm going to stay seated to talk you through Savasana. But go ahead and lie down on your back. Feel the support of the blankets and just let the arms drape out to the side. Let yourself melt into the earth. And stay in Savasana, final resting posture, as long as you have time for today. I so appreciate you joining me on the mat. May you rest well. May you feel the openness in your body. May you feel the flow in your life. Namaste.